Welcome to Whiteboard Wednesday. I'm Kirk Tanner, Chief Marketing Officer. And before we get started on today's whiteboard, special thanks goes to my manservant, James. He did a great job on the last few Whiteboard Wednesdays. If you haven't seen them, go watch him. He needs the views. He's trying to compete directly with me, so go do that. But today we're going to talk about the W's of an inventory count, okay? We've got why, what, where, when, and who. And to understand these a little bit, let's dive in. Why would you want to do an inventory count? Well, you might be getting ready to launch software like Fishbowl, and that would be a good time. In fact, it's mandatory that you go out and you count your inventory and enter that into the system so that you start with accurate numbers. You might also be doing an inventory because you're trying to determine whether you have the right kinds of inventory, your ABC inventory. If you don't know what that is, go watch the Whiteboard Wednesday on ABC inventory. The other reason you might be doing inventory is to determine if you've got some shrinkage, some theft going on in your company, and so you might be doing a physical inventory to see if that's going on within your business. So that's three reasons why you might do that. What is the next question? It's sometimes more than just the inventory you have on your shelves. For instance, you might be trying to get a small business loan and the bank wants to know not just your inventory, but they want to know your assets. So you got to count your inventory, your trucks out here in your fleet, your shelving and other things. So you need to determine what it is that you're going to be inventorying and have a plan so that everybody knows what they're counting. Down here, we've got where. Sometimes you've got one little business, one small warehouse area. That's pretty simple, but you might have multiple places. You might have multiple warehouses. You might have people who carry inventory in a vehicle that you need to track and know where that is. Or you might have people that actually have it on consignment. So you need to understand where you're going to be counting your inventory to make sure you get it all. Next is when. You need to have a set time and date for when you're going to do this inventory. When you count inventory, you don't want to do it in a way where it's a little bit this day and a little bit the next day and spread it over a long period of time. Otherwise, the numbers will get off. You want to make it as condensed and tight as you possibly can. So determine when you're going to do that. Make sure everybody knows it. Some businesses actually have to shut down to do this physical inventory because they don't want things coming in and going out while they're counting, because again, that creates some errors in the counts. Finally, we've got who. Now, one of the ways you can determine who or how many people you're going to need to do this inventory is to pick an area and count it, see how much time it takes, and then times that by the remaining inventory or items that need to be counted or areas that need to be counted, and come up with the number of hours that you're going to need to complete this inventory. When you do that, you've got some options. You can add more people to shrink the hours, or you can stretch the date and time period to get it all done, or there's the option of even hiring people who come in and do it for you. They've got a lot of skills and experience in getting it done very quickly, but you need to know who and how long that's going to take. So why, what, where, when, and who, those are the W's of counting inventory. And that's it for this week's Whiteboard Wednesday. Join us again next week. Thanks.